Hello, everybody. Shout out to everybody that's here live with us tonight, enjoying the vibe. I'm very excited about this live one because it's been quite a while. I don't even know when the last time I did one. Maybe it's been 6 months, maybe it's been a year. I wouldn't be surprised if it's been a year. But one second here. Let me silence my phone. That's not cool. See, I'm out of the loop so much. I don't even have my phone silenced. But and it was actually our guest. Shout out to our guest tonight. So just real quickly though, to get back to that note, it's been a cool minute, and I do want to start doing these. The goal would be Thursday is a really good night for myself. So I'd like to do them every other Thursday or at least twice a month. There might be days where I have to do it on a different day because a guest might not necessarily be able to, be able to accommodate the time like that I would like to schedule it. And that's cool. I would rather be able to accommodate a guest because there's also people that are just watching this after it's been recorded live. So thank you to the people that are watching it after it's already been recorded. Appreciate you guys as well. It's just always fun to be here live because you get to interact. We get to look at the chat, get to talk with you. You get to be, ask questions and give insight on topics and really just have an overall fun time. But regardless, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, whatever makes everything better. And without further ado, let me introduce the guest, which is my good friend, and I'm very blessed to be able to say that everyone I consider a good friend of mine is like a connoisseur level talent in regards to damn near whatever they do, and this person I would consider one of the most talented musicians that I associate with, let alone good friend wise, just associate with in general, which I know quite a bit of people, but this dude is just an amazing musician all around. And on top of that, I would say hands down, I can't think of anyone associated or good friend wise that is better than him in regards to sales. And I'm saying that because I do want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about a new album that he released. I'll let him introduce that. But I also think it might be interesting to talk about sales a little bit because we're both passionate about it. And, it's a fun topic to talk about. And I think everyone should be inclined to a degree. Without further ado, though, my man, Easy Lou Jones, he is, like I said, a talented musician. Just recently released a new album called No War Reggae. I've been dropping it a little bit here and there on the Instagram stories. So if you've been able to check it out, I'm sure you've enjoyed it. If not, make sure to do that now, or at least after you check this out. But let's just get him on the stream. There's no easy way of doing this. He's just gonna appear out of nowhere. It's gonna be fucking magical. Boom.
Damn.
And just like that, bro.
Just like that, dude.
That was pretty cool, dude.
I like it. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Jay. Always such a beautiful introduction. You're the man, dude.
I mean, dude, I could only be as beautiful as what I'm observing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do the laws of the universe.
One on top of another, bro.
No, bro.
What's up out there?
Sponsored by water,
This time, I got it up a little bit with the chat. I remember last time I didn't even see the chat going down until like halfway through. I was like, "Who the fuck you kept referencing all these chat messages?" I pulled it up and I like it, man. It's pretty cool. But hello, everybody, dude, and thank you, man.
It's very cool, man. That's why there's like numerous ways I could live stream, and this one to me just feels like the best way to be able to be interactive. At least for me to figure out. I'm sure you could do it on all platforms, but yeah, man. So
you not me. As we went over earlier, I'm not the guy, dude. It's not my forte.
You know what though, man? That's like I would have to say if someone said like, "What are the 5 things you like most about this guy?" I'd be like, "I like the fact that I don't know. I like that about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why. It's like I don't know. It's you
with the lack of."
I don't know, man. It reminds me of a simpler time, bro. You know what I mean? It's cool, and it makes me feel smart about technology, which is like rare, because usually I'm not that inclined myself, dude. Not to insult you or anything like that.
Is that because I would go to you? I would be like, "How do you do this?"
Yeah,
so and you're my go-to.
So. And I'm just regurgitating stuff that I probably asked somebody recently. You know what I mean? But But yeah, dude. So I want to start off talking about messages. You know, these ones you actually haven't seen yet, and you can see. Only I can see them, dude. In all reality. And earlier, I asked if anyone was going to have any questions, and I'm sure time here. But I want to give people that already asked a question the respect of getting it out early, dude. Would you mind if I ask you 3 quick questions that the people are dying to know, dude?
Sure, sure.
And one of them's kind of deep, bro. One of them's like super deep, dude. So let's start there, you know, because the other ones are fun.
We're gonna
Do
start
you have
super
any?
deep. Let's go.
I guess it depends on how you think about it, I guess. But do you have any regrets in life?
Jesus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a
That's
deep
like
one, bro.
it's heavy actually.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
coming
sure
in
everyone
hot,
has
dude.
their measurements of maybe regret or whatever, but you know, as someone who likes stoic philosophy type shit, I think everything builds you. You know, what's in the way
Yeah.
becomes the way, and that type of shit makes you who you are. So I guess that's to take a very deep thing and to make it very simple. Um, the things that we come across in our path that kind of just makes us who we are. So I would say no. I don't know if
I
that's kind of like
I
a
think that's a great way
answer,
to
but
answer it, man. Because I think we share philosophy on that one, if that even makes sense. I just feel like regret is the immediate stage, and then it's where do you take it, you know? Like because like you're saying, they're all learning stones and all that stuff. I think in the immediate things might seem regrettable until you're able to establish, you know, what you learned there, and then it becomes something positive. It's about holding on to things. I guess that turns into regret, in my opinion. So, you know, like Brian, you know, learn from stuff. Don't regret stuff. So, and I didn't, you know, and I'm not going to shout out who asked the question. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep that anonymous or not. Okay, so the next question, dude. Best live show you've ever attended? You know, that's a cool
attended,
question.
like I
Yeah,
ever played or I ever
attended.
attended.
Attended. It could be
Oh
when you played. If
man,
you feel like a show that you played, you were there, you attended it on that, you know, in a
fair
capacity to a
enough.
capacity. But yeah, maybe let's just go
I
with the ones that you
guess
attended.
my favorite one, the first thing that came to mind, so it's organic. It's not like I'm having a whole lot of time to think about it. Organically, what came up was I like punk music, you know, along with
Yeah.
everything else. I like a variation of all types of things. But one of the coolest shows I ever went to, this is what came up naturally when you asked the question, is when I was in high school, I saw a band called Leftover Crack and F minus. And we've talked about this before because F minus is from like your part of the hood. Shout out Brad Logan. It's a homie now, but at the time they were like punk gods. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like a young kid in high school and shit. But it was dope. I saw him at the Knitting Factory in Los Angeles or Hollywood. It's not there anymore. But
When
man,
you first went to the Knitting Factory, were you underwhelmed by it?
I had no expectations, so I was just whelmed. The first time I
I
went, I
gotcha.
saw a dude named Chris Murray, who's another cat that I know nowadays. Like it's crazy, all these cats that like I'm not saying that these are great buddies and we go get coffee and shit together, but these are cats that you when you're in the music scene, you know you did music and stuff. You run into people. There's a community, and you'd be surprised. Like you know, like Yellow Card was another band we used to see when they were just local punks. That it was like, oh, there's a punk band with a violin. That shit's cool, and now it's fucking Yellow Card. So you know, you never know how far the levels will go with these people. But anyway, the first time I went to answer your question, I saw Chris Murray, and it was really
I
dope,
just
man. It was
meant
like a ska show. It was like a
I
reggae
just
show.
I just meant because I would hear about the Knitting Factory and all these like epic shows, you know, and
Mhm.
people talking about being there. And the first time I went there, I don't know if they have multiple. I'm sure they have multiple rooms. You know, most venues have like a main room that's pretty big, and then smaller rooms to
They
accommodate
do.
smaller acts or like you know different kinds of different
I think they
nights.
had 3 rooms to answer
They did
that.
have
Yeah.
they did have 3 rooms, and the room that I went to, I guess I just thought I was going to go into like a fucking arena type or like a stadium or like you know a big theater,
Really, with the
and it
entrance
was
that
pretty
they
much
had,
just a
because
bar.
it was like you're in a shopping mall, bro. Remember
Well,
that?
but what I'm saying, okay, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. My underwhelmment started there. I was like, oh shit, it's just like off of Hollywood but I came to like because that was a show I went to pretty early on, and I mean the person performing I couldn't have been more stoked, you know, because it was intimate. But I came to more
Who'd
or
you see?
less. enjoy those venues more than like the bigger ones. But at the time, I was like, damn, a lot of these spots that I hear about are like very small and like fucking hole in the wall, which is dope. But you know,
I mean, anyone. I mean, if you're local to, maybe people who aren't local to LA, you hear about the Whiskey a Go Go, the Doors, and shit like that. But you ever go there, and it's like the size of a living room. I mean,
yeah,
it's incredibly small. So a lot of these spots, they kind of have like there's a panache about their legacy. Well, really, they're just like these little hole in the wall type spots. But that's what makes it cool, and that's probably maybe where the legacy came from. There's
yeah.
like a comfort to those types of spots,
Yeah, dude. Okay, well, so your favorite show that you've seen live though is at the Knitting Factory, and it was Leftover Crack with F minus. So great question, great answer, dude.
Great
You
question.
know,
That was cool. That
great
that
question,
that just
great
made me think
answer,
about it.
dude.
That was dope.
Oh yeah, and then this is a question that I was gonna ask. Well, how about this? What is your songwriting process? I think that's what it says here. I was having a hard time. What is your songwriting process?
Cool. It's a great question. There is not one. Sometimes you have a melody, and you kind of just work with that. Sometimes you have lyrics and you work with
Well, how
that.
about this?
Some of your
Let
best
me
stuff comes when you're taking a piss or a shower. I That's the truth, because it's just whatever when you're taking a drive. It's
How
just
about
it
this?
comes to you.
Let me hone in on the question a little bit. Let me dissect it for this person because maybe this person,
That's the
you
answer.
know,
But we could
well,
run over it because
because I write music myself, so maybe give this person a more in depth answer than they thought they even wanted. You know what I mean? So like you say this in the car, but in regards to because you're an all around musician, right? So you play the guitar, which you're actually going to do for us in a little bit here. You sing so that you write lyrics so you could sing them, obviously. As people that saw the video already, which I highly recommend that we did, Easy Lou Jones, it's on the YouTube channel. You just on your keyboard, man, you're able to play like 100 instruments, whatever instrument really you feel the moment calls for, you're able to play and arrange. So all around, uh, damn, I totally like lost what even the point of what I was saying all that was. Like, let's say, making a beat per se, which I've actually done with you and it was very fun. But does it ever have a common occurring starting point? Do you maybe start with like a bass drum and a snare to establish the beat? Do you start with the organs or something to kind of get a little bit of a loop going? I mean, what kind
yeah.
of process do you have within
For like
within
beats
that stage? You know what I
and
mean?
things like that, because I do beats like we were talking about. I do like house music and stuff like that. So I guess maybe there's a different writing process for different types of things. But for something that's maybe a little more electronic, yeah, the drum kind of comes in first. Sometimes you have a bass line. It's either I'm just starting from scratch. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Just like I want to start painting. You know what I'm saying? I just start with something and see what happens. Most of my shit is let's just see what happens because I'm just having a good time, man. But if it's not me just trying to see what happens, it'll
So
be a baseline, and I try and work around a baseline that I have in my head. So maybe baseline might be the baseline of the conversation in terms of writing songs.
okay, and then like depending on the genre, maybe does it start with a different instrument? You know, if you're
Nah.
going to be writing, is it typically drums that starts things off?
Yeah, yeah. Usually there's a beat. Like I don't know for the record that I just dropped. Like because we're plugging that a little bit.
Of
The
course.
guitar or the lyrics that's different. So maybe I have a lyric or a melody in mind, and then I work everything around it. Well, for something like making a beat, like to go back to what you were saying, or something like that, that's gonna just start with drums. Usually, all my beats and house stuff and all that just kind of starts with drum and bass or a bass line, and let's see what happens from there. With other styles of music, there might be a melody that kind of kicks the whole thing.
I got you, dude. I got you. So, well, there you go. There was like a little bonus insight on maybe deeper into the songwriting or the beat making process. So let's go into it though,
Cool
man.
question. Thank you for the question.
Of course, thank you for the question, Instagram, you follower. That was right of you. So, in regards to the new album, dude. So, no war reggae. 10 plus songs on the album. The overall vibe or the overall genre You know, it's you want to kind of get into that, like what the vibe of the album is, what people could expect going into it, you know, like what the writing process was on that one. Like, you know, want to elaborate on the
Sure.
album?
So I guess just to start that conversation, it's just ska, reggae, minor amounts of dub, a little bit of roots. If you're into reggae, you'll know what all those the different like genres of reggae. But essentially, it's just kind of like political stuff, life stuff, love stuff, the whole circumference of what it is to be, And musically, it's just based around mostly reggae and ska. And I guess that's the short answer. I'm sure maybe we can elaborate on that, but
So no war reggae, you know. So what inspired the name?
it's kind of like a tipping the hat. Like blues cats, they tip their hat to old blues players, and I like blues too, so that kind of maybe was borrowed from there. But with reggae, there's a huge thing about no war, and a lot of reggae music is very political, people versus the machine type thing, and so it kind of played on that a little bit, and also just kind of today's day and age. There's a lot of turmoil on the planet. Maybe we could be doing better and taking care of ourselves a little bit better, and so it's kind of reaching into that bucket a little bit of no war and taking care of yourself a little bit more and each other.
Nice, dude. And as far as the album goes, we'll put links, but where as of right now are people able to go check that out and listen to the songs and whatnot?
The most main places is like your Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, it's Deezer, it's everywhere. When I distributed it, it went to like every platform. It's like on like Peloton or some shit like that. So it's everywhere. So
It's even on
if you want to hear it,
Instagram, bro.
it's
It's on
available. Yeah, it's
Instagram.
on Instagram. You showed me that shit, dude. So
Yeah, dude.
thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
That's
I
cool.
was I was looking because one of the toughest things for me, man, is on Instagram when you post a story, it's like 15 seconds, you know. And what I used to do with the company I'm with is I used to go around and help maintain the plants in certain areas while we were, bringing on board someone to do that pretty much full time. And I would have to take a video every time, Shout out Clone Guy, by the way. But I would have to take a video every time to make it look appealing, like, hey, come to this store. And bro, I'd have to go to like 10 shops, and that's like 10 different songs I got to think of to put in the background. You know what I'm saying? It's a real fucking headache, dude. And it's hard. I would actually just ask people at the store, like, what song should I put here? Because I'll be thinking about it for 20 minutes and like, this is why I'm hot or something will be, or I'll use Bob Marley every single time, But I'm saying this because now you could just go up and look up Easy Lou, and look up songs from that album, and they're all available, and you can use those now on your stories, even.
That's pretty dope. I
So,
appreciate the
so
suggestion too.
yeah, no, I'm gonna start doing it. I think for the rest of the week, man, it's only Easy Lou new cuts for me on my story. It's almost
Thank
like
you.
knowing what you're gonna wear ahead of time. It feels great, dude.
Feels
You
real good.
know? Yeah, like
Oh, it feels real good.
I'm the kind of dude, I'm kind of into a uniform. I'm not too mad at it because I don't want to have to think about what I'm gonna wear. I wear the same shit every day anyways. So like if I could do that without people thinking it's weird, perfect.
Perfect.
But people say I'm a cartoon because I'm like always wearing the same thing. Well, cool. Whatever. Fucking but
Shorts. That's
but
all. That's the only thing, man. Is shorts. Like when I saw you the other day, that was like one of the first times I've ever seen you without shorts, bro. That,
yeah,
that's
dude.
how.
I
That's
wear
that's
pants a
part of the
little.
uniform.
I wear pants a little more often now, dude. Maybe I'm being, I'm being
I've known
extra
you for
with it.
almost what
I do wear
12,
different
13
things.
years. I don't know if I've ever
It's
seen not shorts.
it's been a cool minute, bro. It's been a cool minute. So
Are you only
but so
saying that
no,
because it's been cold for 2 fucking weeks? You put on a pair of pants the last week or two, and you're like, I rock pants, bro. Is that what you
it,
did?
or like if it's a business trip and there might be people in tow that are on the more professional side,
Okay.
I might as well wear pants, dude. Cause like I could wear shorts and flip flops and do what I do, to be clear. You know what I mean? Like in my own right, but that's almost just that's too much, bro. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I gotta dress the part when I'm around certain people. So pants also come in handy, but I'll still wear like pants that are have elastic leg loops. You know what I'm saying? So it's like borderline laziness with the pants, but like I do wear pants, and I have nicer pants if needed. Like I had to
Okay.
go to a shop in an area I'm not familiar with yesterday, or in Lompoc. Shout out to Lompoc, Elevate Lompoc. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. But I went up there and you know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know these shit. And it's like the last thing I want is for to, I don't know. It don't even matter because it isn't real. But I wear pants sometimes, dude. You know.
I've
That
seen
was
you
what
dress
all
up
that
before.
was for. That was nothing, dude. A whole lot of nothing. I wish I could edit real time. But so no war reggae, dude. If you had a release party, I'll wear pants probably, bro. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real?
I would
That means a lot.
probably, bro. I'm glad it means a lot to you. So but nah, dude, listening to it, I like it, dude, because you're like a deep lyricist, and I like I'm a
Thank you.
lyric guy. Like
That's my
I could
biggest compliment. So thank you so much.
no, of course, dude. And I could listen to music that the lyrics don't mean much. You know what I'm saying? If it's just purely based on the beat, whatever. But it's always just a pleasure to listen to music when the lyrics are well thought out and are able to offer more than just something catchy. So lyric wise,
Hundred
I
percent.
was gonna one of the questions I was gonna ask was like depending on the genre of music is the overall like writing style, or do you take like if you're writing a punk album, is it a little more aggressive lyrically, or do you just kind of have a write whatever comes in the moment and not even take into consideration those things based on the genre kind of attitude towards it?
I suppose I guess the first thing would be whatever comes to you. I think I've even quoted this in one of our other podcasts or something, but like Tom Petty, he said that like I can't even take credit for this shit. It just comes to me. I'm like an antenna for the signal. So sometimes like I related to that. I didn't say it as beautifully as he did, but it just comes to you. Whatever comes to you, that should probably be what it is. But what comes to me a lot is like I don't want to say political because that doesn't necessarily cover it, but like just like life situations, people and what they have to go through. Sometimes it's about something I've gone through personally, something I've seen someone I know go through, or something like that. But it comes to you organically. I wouldn't say that it's more aggressive. It's if it's punk. Some of those, like the song I was gonna play for you today. I think that those lyrics are dark as fuck, but I also think that they're beautiful and they're not like heavy in that sense. That they're like negative. Just because they have that like connotation of being dark doesn't mean that they're heavy. So it could be a punk song or even something as light as a ska song. It's just the lyrics just kind of come to you, and if they make sense, like what you said, you're attracted to the lyrics, which I also am. I want it to be something that I think that when someone hears it, they're like, "Oh, I think I know what that guy means," or maybe either I know what he means, or there's different levels of it where some person could pull this out of that, or someone else would pull a different meaning out of it. You know what I'm saying? So there's kind of a spectrum
I do
of
know what you're
levels you
saying,
could
bro.
hit. Like it's not just one. It's not just one thing.
I do know what you're saying, bro. There's also I guess maybe to either expand or elaborate. There's also like levels of listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to try to analyze stuff. I think one time I thought a song off of your album said it was like all about coke dealing or something like that. And you're like, it has nothing to do with that, bro. but if you listen to it through a certain lens, it was actually fun. And not to say that was an intention, but I don't know, dude. I think all the lyrics are always fucking rad, bro. So as far as other projects, because you work on multiple genres, so do you have another project that you're working on currently? I mean, what is your kind of plan? So you release an album right now, you know. Are you going to be doing any kind of like videos? What
I
do you
would
plan
like
on doing
to.
with it
The
beyond
thing
the
is
release?
I have a lot of imagery in my mind of what I would like to do for some of these videos and for some of the other projects, which is where it seemed like that question was going, like other things that I'm working on. But I'm really not that great at editing, just because I'm not so, as we were kind of joking about earlier, I'm not so sharp with the tools. I can't. I don't like. I don't really have like any editing software, and I'm just not that hip with it. But I have it all in my head, so I would like to do some stuff like that for some of the current stuff that I have. Like I just released that album, and some of the other stuff that I'm trying to release. I have like all these visionary type. You know how it is. You're an artist, but like it's just a matter of seeing if you can actually execute with music. I'm able to actually execute some of the things that are in my head visually, like music videos. That's a little bit tougher to do just because I'm not as hip really with all this crazy software and everything they got out there. And for other projects that I'm working on, yeah, I'm working on a ton of stuff. I got the next thing I want to try and release is some of my old punk albums. So for anyone watching this, I've had my the only bands that have really gotten any kind of notoriety is the Government Trap, the Sold, and the Sold in Bones. Um, and the Sold and Bones had a record release. There's another album that we got that I still haven't released. And then for those other two bands, the Sold and the Government Trap, I still haven't even released those albums, much less all the other albums I've done with other bands and my own stuff. So this is kind of the first time I've ever released something officially aside from the Sold and Bones. I released one album. So I'm trying to release all this music that I've had. My wife has been a big proprietor of trying to like get this stuff out because I make stuff all the time and it just kind of sits in my like on my computer. I have like this whole discography of like tons of stuff that hasn't been
Do you,
released. So she's pushed me to do it, and honestly, so have you. You two have both been the biggest like supportive type cats that I've got in my life, like the homie and the wife, and so I'm grateful to that. But so I'm trying to push more stuff out, but this was step one.
have you ever heard of Russ, the rapper? I don't want to. I don't know. Rapper seems like I don't know.
I'm
I
not
find it
sure.
like almost a negative term, but he's a musician. He's an artist. He makes his own beats. But
Okay.
he's a dude. He's pretty large. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to kind of know who he is and like to find him. You know, but when you find him, you realize a lot of people know who he is based off like his listens and stuff and the kind of shows he does. But the way he got big is he didn't want a record deal. He just wanted to be independent because record companies were starting to approach him and ask him like to make very specific music. So he put out a song a day for a whole year. A song he fully produced, recorded, wrote everything for a whole year. And by the end of it, he had acquired a huge fan base, and it's because like every day he was going to release a song. You know what I'm saying? And generally speaking, they're good songs. Like the guy has good musical taste, and you can tell a lot of it is kind of quickly put together and maybe just sampled out. But the fact that it's something new every day is very intriguing. And now, you know, he probably sells millions of albums. I don't fucking know, but I'm saying that because I don't know. For me personally, like I don't know how you view it, but you're saying you have a bunch of albums you never released. Is that the case?
Yeah,
So
and I've
like,
seen someone like that, Tim Armstrong, from like Rancid and shit like that. He
yeah,
did the same thing where he released like a song a day, and that's where I first heard it. So that's cool that there's another cat who did this, Russ the rapper or whatever. But
no,
I,
not
I I wanted to kind of use that idea. I'm sorry, did I say the name wrong?
no. Russ is his name, dude. But I was gonna say like, so in regards to old albums, you know, like I don't know. I have stuff I never released. I'm sure, you know, but I had a YouTube channel that I would just pretty much put anything I recorded out like the next day, you know. But do you plan on every album having like a release, or are you just gonna do a dump per se, where all at once you're gonna give people access to listen and download all the music and just kind of do it
I don't
like
know.
that and then promote that you have all the music out there? What is
I
your
don't
kind
know.
of thought for that?
My initial thought, based on the push, like I said, from my wife and you've been a big proprietor of me trying to like get some stuff out, but like, um, my initial thought was just release it. It doesn't matter. Just get it out. So if I die, it at least exists. It's not just like a catalog on my fucking laptop, you know? But now that I
Damn.
got this one out, well, that's what my wife always was pushing me for because
Yeah.
I've said that once or twice, like God forbid and all that shit. But like if something were to happen, like there would just be a whole bunch of shit that never saw the light of day.
I think
So I thought it'd
you
be
should
cool to get out everything, but I
yeah.
guess once I got out the one album, I felt like maybe, and you kind of helped me with this, like try and build some excitement. I'm not into this, dude. Like I just want to create music, but like you've been really helpful with trying to hey, build a thing, and I really like that as opposed to me just like dropping a thing.
I,
So I
I
guess to answer your question, I want to kind of try and release stuff in a nice way, not just a dump, you know?
I'm with you, dude, and I think just a second here. I think because I'm with you, dude. Like I know that you're not really into the idea of hyping something, and you're like a purist, in regards to music, and I enjoy working with purists, and the way to circumvent having to do all that is open up to it's like fishing, dude. You can go fishing with fucking one line, or you could line up 100 fishing rods along the pier and fucking throw all them motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to throw 100 out, you're bound to get a bite at some point. A lot faster than if you only threw one out. But I think what I like the most about your music is you do everything. And like I can go to your pad, dude, and be like, hey, can you show me like 100 songs right now that are like 10 different genres, and you could do it in a heartbeat, no problem. And if not, you can make a couple of them real quick. But I think if you were just to put out all the music, whether it be like every week you're going to drop an album for the next fucking, 8 weeks, and then you're going to drop a song a week or a song, like 3 songs a week, or do something regimented, you don't really have to even hype it up, man, because people are going to, you're going to draw in a lot of people just because if you give them a catalog, like a library of your music, they're going to find something that they want to share with somebody else. And instead of having, you to bait in the individual person with one lure to get them really excited, it's going to be a lot more like pure and like what you're probably looking for if it's being shared by someone that stumbled across it, or someone that found it through whatever regard and then shared it with somebody else. Like that's the way that I feel like people get real big, is by organically growing within like fan bases and circles. So I would just, my best recommendation, dude, is just put out all the music as fast as you can, and then just keep putting out music, and even like you can even take requests like, hey, does anyone want to hear a song about like any specific genre? Like, is there a topic that would mean something to you if I tried to like lyrically kind of represent that topic? I don't know how to explain it better than that. But I don't know, man. That's what I would say, because you got so much talent, you don't need to hype yourself up. You don't need to hype me on stage to fucking tell the crowd that you're doing a great job. I think it's just people gotta fucking come across to you, and then it's hard not to share shit that you like, and you put out so much dope shit, people are gonna like a lot of it. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Personally, dude. And like it's not, I know you say like me and the wife push you and whatnot. It's just because, dude, like, because from the outside looking in, I guess it seems like an obvious fucking home run, bro. It's like, dude, you make nothing but like fucking cracking ass joints and shit, however you want to put it, like great music. And like, I don't think you probably show people your music very often, and they say, oh, bro, that ain't really cool. Like, I think it's probably genuinely like, yeah, bro.
I did music. That's funny. But like when the album came out, I tried to hit up a bunch of homies and some people at work, and like nobody at work knew I did music. And some of the homies, like my close friends, obviously know I do music and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like I guess I don't I don't know.
I
We
only
don't
knew
really
because
talk about it.
I only knew because fucking the homeboy Luke told me at work, bro. You know,
Luke,
he's like, you do.
I forgot
He's
about
like,
Luke.
Luke,
That's what's
shout out
up, dude.
Luke, man, bro. I actually, he went to one of my shows one time, dude. Way back in the days. He's a cool guy, dude.
He's a really
But
nice
yeah,
guy.
Luke. Yeah, I like Luke. But yeah, dude, Luke told me, he's like, you do music, so does Brian. I was like, no way, bro. Fucking right on. But look at that, dude. See, Luke told me, bro. Luke knew you did music, so he told me about
There
it,
it
bro.
is.
That's
There it
that's
is.
almost like a real life example. And by the way, man, shout out if there's like MVPs, man. Like, and no one, we're all great. But shout out to the people that are in here. I don't think I've given like a proper shout out, just because, like we see these familiar faces and these people that are so supportive all the time. So let me just run through the people that are here real quick, because the last comment is actually from Tara. 1016, and it says, "Let us hype you up," which is cool. Like that's dope. So shout out to you, Tara. And then
Thank
we
you,
got
Tara.
Chrissy, we got Tara, we got Heather.
What's up,
You
Chrissy, and
know,
what's up, Heather?
Tinkerbell, Wabi Sabi,
Tinkerbell, Wabi
Andrea.
Sabi, and Andrea. What's up?
There you go. So and Raku, man,
What's up,
Marianne.
Raku?
There's
What's up,
probably been some
Marianne?
peppering in and out going on, dude. But shout out to everyone that's here. So going into that, though, man, that's what I would say, dude. And I'm sure you're gonna make something awesome happen. The thing is almost like you'll never have lack of new music, bro. You know what I mean? So you might as well. It almost be like if you were building something in a room, like at some point the walls are gonna fucking explode if it don't just fucking you don't get them out of the house. But it's a good problem. So I'm excited for everyone to hear more of the music. So
Thank you.
moving on, of course, dude. So in regards to music, though, do you have any plans to play a live show anytime soon, dude? I know that's something that you really enjoy doing is performing.
Yeah, no, that's where my heart is, man. In fact, I miss it. I haven't done anything in a while. All the bands have kind of like, done what bands usually do, and they kind of just separate a little bit. It's more or less just life happens, and people have things they got to do. So I haven't played in a while, but yeah, man, I miss playing live shows. I would love to do some live shows for the stuff I just released. I haven't had a ska band since back in the day. So that would be super dope. But punk shows is like my favorite thing, even though this is like what I'm hyping now. Like there's nothing like playing a punk show and just the aggression, everyone's yelling, especially whenever, when you have some fans, like a little fan base or something, and they come to the show and you got some lyrics and they're screaming them back at you and everyone's just moving and shaking. It's like one of the best feelings in the world. But I would like to try and jam this shit live sometime soon. But as of now, no. My current plan, this is like the first time I haven't had a band since I was like 12. So I want to use this time to try and get my stuff out there, kind of just center myself and just like work on maybe releasing some of the stuff I've released or I've wanted to release that I've created, and just kind of continue creating some more new fresh stuff without having a place to put it. Like usually if I was writing something, I could say, okay, this could go to my band or whatever, man. But like this is kind of an organic place that I haven't been in since I was a teenager, where I have no place to necessarily put it, so I can kind of just build these little catalogs. Like I don't know, since COVID, I've probably like written maybe like over 40 or 50 albums, like full albums. And I'm not saying they're all good or any of that stuff. Maybe some of them are, and some of them are medium or whatever. I don't know. But this is a really cool place that I've been in where I'm able to just kind of create. So I'm just kind of stacking them up, and maybe I just want to start releasing them. But it's just been kind of a fun place not having an outlet for it and just kind of stacking. But to answer your question, long story short, I would love to play this stuff sometime.
Oh yeah, dude. Talking about live shows, man. Have have you ever had because coming up, you don't always play to audiences that came to see you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
sometimes bands don't necessarily fit what the audience wants, and audiences handle it different ways. But did you ever play a show where the audience just wasn't jiving with you, dude, and it was just like you never connected really? It was just a different experience, and if so, how did you handle it? I'm curious.
Um, I mean, there's a few levels to that question, but I would say
Well,
for
I
the
mean,
most part,
get as
there's
deep as you want with it. Level up on it if you want.
well, I guess, well, I guess, I mean, if I'm in a punk band and I'm playing at a punk show, I mean, it's hard to, as long as you're not like fucking awful, awful. And I'm not saying I haven't been in a band that wasn't maybe favorable or something, but I don't know, like, okay, so I have a real work ethic with the band. I feel like if we're all showing up, let's show up. We could be home
Yeah.
with our ladies, or we could be doing something else. So if we're rehearsing, let's rehearse. I've been in some bands where they're just partying and shit, and that's super fun, dude. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying if we're gonna spend our time, let's spend it right. And usually since I'm the writer, um the writer usually has like a little more of kind of like the organizing role in the band of that kind of thing. So either way, I guess my point is like I don't want to come short if I'm showing up to a show. I don't want my band to come short. And I wouldn't come short for them. So like that's kind of the thing. It's like it's a unity thing. Let's show up proper. So whenever we played a punk show or any kind of show when I was in ska bands, we tried to come proper. So I'm not saying we killed it or anything, but I
So
think the
you never
bands that are
had
just
like a crowd turn on you and like for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Maybe you haven't,
uh
bro. I don't know. Maybe not
the
everyone
only
has had
time
it
we had
happen.
a crowd, I wouldn't say they turned on us, but in like OC we were doing it was a punk show, and you know OC punks, man, these guys are they get a little wild, dude. But they just kept jumping on stage, and one of the the
Yeah.
drummers girl kept like trying to pull the people jumping on stage off, and it turned into like a full on like fucking brawl, dude. It was like one of those. It was like a movie, bro. Like it ended up where like I had my wife
Oh yeah.
behind me and I'm holding my guitar, like I like, and I, like it was like that. There's like cans flying, people throwing fists, and all this shit. But I wouldn't say they turned on us. I would just say that was an OC punk show. You know what I'm saying? But that was the most
Yeah,
wild
yeah.
shit at a show. But in
That's
terms of
cool,
turning on
man.
us, no, I've never had anyone be like, "Oh, you guys fucking suck. Get off the stage." And I don't think
Yeah,
any
dude.
like I don't know anyone who would do that anyway. That's like if you're showing up to a show, at least maybe in the punk world, the ska world, shit like that, there's love, like maybe in the metal world. And I've been in like hardcore bands and stuff like that. In the metal world, there's like a little bit of hate, like like in a punk circle pit, if someone gets knocked down, there's punk love. Dude, you pick that person up. In a metal or a hardcore pit, they're trying to knock you down. No one's picking you up, So, but there's no disrespect against hardcore and punk or metal and shit. Because I've been in those bands too, and that's fun. But the aggression kind of overrides the love, and I feel there's a little more love at these punk shows and ska shows. I don't know if I veered off too far, but anyway,
Nah, dude. Hey, man. I told you to level up, man. You went deep on it. I appreciate that.
I tried.
Yeah, I was at I don't know. I thought maybe everyone had. I had an experience one time where I was selling clothes. For I had a company, Language Arts Clothing, and I would sell shirts at shows. And these dudes in another group actually bought like 5 of my shirts because I would sell them 2 for 20 or something like that at this point because I had them for so long. And I had a song, and I mean it's a song of mine, and it talks about how the media makes women almost like like self-conscious about themselves and puts out unrealistic expectations for how they should look and whatnot. And I was
Almost,
always told, what
almost.
do you
Of
mean
course they
almost?
do. Well, because you
Of
said
course
it's
they of course
almost
they
like
do.
they make them feel that way. Yeah, it's a way over the
Mm.
top. It's way over the top with how
If I said
what they do.
almost, I was trying to filter to a degree for whatever reason. Yes, they do, right? I mean,
Way
if you
over the
listen to the
top, but
song,
yes, that exists.
if you listen to the song, it's obvious I believe it, like that they do. But the dude that produced it said, I don't think you should put that song on the album, bro. It kind of kills the vibe. Like it's too much. And this is like a hip hop album, and he's a rad producer. Did a lot of cool shit for a lot of cool people. But he's like, I don't think you should do it. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna release it, bro, because I think it's like because I know the people that are gonna have access to and listen to this like right away, they're gonna be curious, and I think it's gonna be impactful for them. So I think this is an important song for me. He's like, fair enough, bro, but I would never perform it live. Never perform this shit live unless it's like very specific to the crowd.
Oh
So
man,
there's a show, and it was actually close to where I live now, like in the Inland Empire, and it was a battle event. And actually, the dude that threw it, he was the last person I had on my live was Absurd. He threw the event, so shout out to Absurd, man. But fucking, it was a battle event where like 2 dudes would rap at each other and basically just talk shit to each other in rap format, like
battle raps are dope. You
well,
got me into battle raps when we used to be driving
yeah.
around. But yeah, go ahead.
One person once explained it as 2 men shouting poetry at each other, which is pretty fucking accurate and amazing. You know what I mean? And it's fucking, to me, some of the most incredible wordplay is probably within battle rap, just because that's all they're about. But so it was after a battle event, and then they had live performances, and I thought, I'm gonna perform that track. I want to do it. Why not? I've never done it, and it was the wrong crowd, bro. The dudes that bought like 5 of my shirts while I was on stage were yelling, "I want to return these." Like they didn't even want to like associate, bro. They were like, "This guy's fucking fuck this, dude.
Oh
This is
man.
whack. We don't even want these shirts." Like it's like, hey man, it's not my name on it, bro. It's like a clothing line that I got. You know, they're not. We don't even fuck with you, bro. Like we don't want to do that. We ain't about it. I was like,
Oh
wow,
my
that's pretty
goodness.
harsh. That's
That's
harsh,
pretty
bro.
harsh. That's pretty well. Yeah, man. Where's the
I
love, dude?
wouldn't.
Where's the love?
It felt disrespectful, dude. You know what I mean? I almost thought like,
It
wow.
seemed on the cuff disrespect, but I don't know if it felt like that is harsh.
But I had a few shows where people just weren't vibing super hard, but it's usually easy to have fun with them. But when you're blatantly just yelling at me, you want to return product you just bought off. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know how you could be more fucked up than that, you know?
Yeah.
But nah, man. As far as you guys, I'm very excited, dude, for you to be able to put more stuff out there. I think people are
Thank you.
intrigued. We haven't even mentioned it yet, dude, but like, bro, you got a new Instagram, dude. You know?
Bro,
You got a new
I was
Instagram.
really happy to, as we covered in the beginning of this show. It is not my thing, dude. I tapped out years ago with the Facebook and the Instagram, and even when I was doing it, I wasn't doing a personal. I was doing like a music one or my band one, but I found something inherently disgusting with just kind of scrolling. Like it's fine to have those things, but you know when you're standing in line and you just start scrolling for no reason. I guess I felt like, man, I don't know. I just felt like maybe there's more to life. But so I stopped doing it. But I really again, you're someone who tries to push me to like, maybe get myself out there a little bit more. So I'm trying to do it the right way and organically. And so like I opened Instagram. Maybe I went the wrong way with where you're going with this. But I want to try and do it the right way and just put out my stuff and it all just be from the heart, not just be like I don't know. I opened Instagram. Yes, I did, and I'm gonna put it out from
Have
the
you
heart. So
even have you even said what it is yet, bro? Like what's the handle?
oh man, I haven't. So
That's
it's Easy Lou Music. It's
there it is,
Easy
bro.
Lou Music.
Lou, easy.
EASYLOU
Hell
Music.
yeah.
Easy Lou
Luckily,
Music.
it's in the description, you know.
It's in the
Luckily,
description.
it's in the description. But yeah, man. So you had an older Instagram, which you had a good following on, dude. So like, starting a new Instagram, obviously. So if you're watching this, go follow Easy Lou Music. He just got a new Instagram. He's going to be posting music on there, that's what he's saying. We're excited to hear it, and yeah, man, definitely share it with people that you know because the music is a gift. You know what I mean? So when you share music with people, it's like sharing gifts with each other. So like, definitely
Yeah,
share
man.
Easy Lou, share his gifts with your friends. And as far as music goes, man, because maybe for the last 10 minutes, we'll just kind of talk about something. Something off music, but you said actually you had a request, dude. Someone asked you if you could play a live song here. So do you want to
Yeah,
do that?
man. Yeah, sure. I'll play a song. Yeah, I had seen it.
It's rad that someone asked, dude.
Yeah, someone asked. I actually didn't even think about it when we were talking about doing this. And again, thank you for having me on the show, man. But I saw somebody had requested me on Instagram, and they had said, "I hope he plays a song," or it was something like that. I don't know. So
And
I
real
thought that'd be cool, man.
and real quick, dude, real quick. Actually, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like fucking
No, I'm just turning on my shit. Go ahead and do your thing.
ramp, get y'all in the moment and then take out of it, but. Someone did say earlier things. Okay, so Tara, shout out Tara. She actually said thanks for expanding on my on my question. Great answer. So I believe it was in regards to the writing process. So just so we could go back to that for a second and even give that answer a cooler depth. What is this song called that you're going to play right now, dude?
So the song is called "The State of Society." It's the first song on the record I just released. But because I don't really know how like the music, I just figured I'd make up my own version of it right now. So it's the first song on my album, but like I don't know, maybe like an hour before we started doing this show, I just figured I could come up with like a new, different. The music's completely different. It's the same lyrics, but I just came up with something easy that I could play here.
What came first on this one? Was it the instrumentation or was it the lyrics that started the writing process for the song?
This actually, the lyrics from this were from a punk song I wrote in like 2017 or something. So remember I was telling you I'd write music and it would be for a band. So this was a
Yeah.
song that I was gonna write for a band, and I made it. It's a punk song. I have like the original recording of what I wanted it to be like, but I never made it. So the lyrics kind of were just kicking it for a
Hell
while.
yeah.
And the first time I ever really recorded it, so we were talking earlier about making music and what are the steps on that. So when I was making some ska music, I made like the music. I made the song, but I had no lyrics. So, and I do this a lot. I'll just I made the song, and then I was like, I need some lyrics, and I'll either write them real quick or I'll just pull them from the pocket. And this was just something I pulled out from the pocket, and
There you go, dude.
that's where the lyrics came from. This, but it was actually from a punk song from like I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago.
That's funny. I recently had an experience where I'm working on a project with shout out to Eddie Booz, my boy Eddie Booz, another incredible talent. And a verse came to me. I was like, dude, I got a verse. I never, I've like tried to record it with people, but it's never been something I put out. And the original people I wanted on it never recorded to it, you know? So, but it was from like 2011. It was like, I was like, that's pretty crazy, dude. I wrote it 12 years ago. And then I thought that was the only verse I had to have on the track. And then come to find out, I had another verse. So it was almost a challenge because I feel like I was so much better 12 years ago than I am now, you know? So it was like a challenge to write a second verse to compete with it, but it's cool. I'm excited to share it. So as far as that, and then as far as the music composition, like was it kind of how we talked about earlier? Like you started with drums and then you just kind of build it upon there?
Yeah, for the song that's on the album,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I probably just I don't know. That was just like me just like painting kind
You're
of
just
real
taking a
quick, and
piss,
I just
you
taking a
know?
piss, dude. It took I don't know. The music probably was like I don't know, maybe like half hour, something like that. I just made.
Oh, yeah.
This is how it happens. I just make a bunch of music, and the one I like the most, I'll put some lyrics on it or something. So even though I said I have like all these albums, I've probably got albums on albums of just blank stuff that I don't know.
Well,
It's
let's
cool.
hear
It
the
is what it
song,
is.
bro.
It is what it
Let,
is.
let's hear the track, man. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to hear the acoustic rendition. What is it called one more time for the people? The first
It's
song off the
called
new album, No War Reggae.
it's called The State of Society. So is this too loud music wise? Guitar wise? Should I turn it down up? I'm gonna lean on you. What do you think?
I think it sounds great, bro. I just say you rock with it, dude.
I just don't
I'm
want
gonna
it to
let you.
be too loud or too soft. I remember when we did this last time. I did listen back, and it could have been improved. But anyway, so
That's what she said. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and just hide myself, bro. I'm gonna let you shine on this stuff. But it sounds great to me, dude.
all right, cool.
Rock on.
All right, what's up, everybody? So here we go. Yeah, I come out the trunk with a bag on my head and my hands in cuffs. So don't shoot you in the trench like us. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care, yeah, yeah, yeah. They wanna give us the boot and get blood on the brand new suit. So tell me, what have we done? When it's 99% against one, I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care, yeah, yeah, yeah. So what have we done? So what have we done? When it's 99% against one, what have we done? So what have we done? When it's 99% against one, I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care, yeah, 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 yeah. So I don't care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so there, it's a little diddly, bro.
Dude, a little dude dop diddly boop bop. Dude, that was great, bro. What
Thanks,
was
bro.
I don't know what the hell I just did, dude. Dude, now you're on that side, bro. Cool.
Switched it up.
Who gives a shit? Cool, I like it, man. It's like that, bro. You know, like that's why videos on YouTube they're like very like edited real fast. Like, so maybe we should just keep switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That'd be cool. But no, thank you for doing
Back and
that,
forth,
man.
back and
Live
forth.
music is always rad, dude. It's always an experience. So we
Thank you.
appreciate you doing that, dude. So
Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate
and
the
people
request to have me play. Some I wasn't gonna do it, but it was that shout out that made me play something. And then I had to like write something new to do it real quick. So cool.
well, dude, you had Sarah, and this is a direct quote, bro. A direct hit on the quote. She was bopping along, bro.
Hey man, there's no other way to do it.
That's
You
the
got to
goal,
bop.
dude. If you got someone bopping, dude, you got them, dude. That means that they're captivated by the music, man. And that's the goal, dude. Music is supposed to be an all inclusive moment that you share, so that's rad.
Hell
So,
yeah, hell yeah.
dude, music aside, dude, I've been thinking, and we only got a few minutes. How about this? I'm gonna have you back on, and we'll talk about other stuff, dude. Because I've just
Let's
been
do it.
thinking, man. Like on a side note, how about this? Let's leave it. If you want, we could even you could play another track if you want to take us out on a note like that, whatever you're into. But I've been thinking a lot about what can I contribute that I can help people in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we could give them an hour of power here, dude, of like some great music and cool vibes. But what can I really help people out with? And I'm bringing it up with you because I feel like it's also something that is in your wheelhouse. I thought, man, I feel like we're going into a time where there's not, I mean, especially now with like AI, dude, it could write a book. People literally put books on Amazon that were written by AI, dude. Think of that
Yeah,
hustle,
I've seen that. People sending the
you know,
reports, like people doing their
you
fucking
know,
homework.
and it's
Submitting
like,
homework that was written with AI. That's crazy.
and like AI is not going to pay each other AI to do stuff, you know, and we live in society where you need to be able to provide for yourself and whatnot. And there's not a whole lot of things that AI eventually couldn't do. I look at it like once we build a machine that can build machines that can build warehouses that can hold factories that build other AI. I mean, they could do whatever, you know what I mean? Because they could think of AI could figure out a machine to do whatever it needs to do. I don't know how to explain it, dude. But there's very little things that I think are going to translate into a permanent skill that at some point won't be degraded by AI. And one of them is sales, you know, to some degree. And I think that's because people want to deal with people. People are never going to want to buy certain things from AI, and people might not be presented the opportunity to ever buy certain things from AI. And
Okay,
you know, or at least I
I can
feel
see
that
that.
way. I feel that way because
No, it's
people
the
want
same. I
to
want to just talk to a
because
person.
because
I've heard that a million times.
people also want to be able to complain to a person if they have a bad experience, and
Yeah,
you
totally.
don't want to be able to complain to AI. Imagine if it never went to a representative and it was just like, "Hi, this is Nancy. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you've had a problem. We'll go ahead and refund you for the 50th time and never fix it, whatever the case may be." But I mean, it's gonna become like fucking gold to have certain skill sets because it's gonna be nostalgic to buy something from a human being. Possibly it might be like a spectacle you know, at some point in life, but I do think right now we got time where a lot of people are thinking like, what can I do? And sales will lead you into a million directions wherever you want it to take you, you know what I'm saying? But I would
Yeah.
love to do something, man, where I don't know, I've always wanted to do something sales wise. Even before this, we did like a little a little conversation that we recorded to try to get everything proper with the audio and whatnot and all that good stuff. And we talked about sales. But I'm curious, if people would even be interested. But I would love to do something, man, because you're the person that really got me in the game, and why not? But I would like to have a whole podcast possibly, bro, where that's what we talk about. And you were talking about doing sales training, and that's something that I always thought would be cool to be able to do. And maybe just offer that, because there's a bunch of shit also online where people are trying to sell you a skill set or trying to like sell you a course to be able to do something. And
Yeah.
I would love to be able to, like, at no obligation to the person that's learning something, be able to offer something like that. And I think it would be cool to do with you, bro. Just an
That's a
idea I
dope.
wanted to run by,
That's a dope concept. I remember we had brushed on something very similar to this, like a podcast where they could chime in and we try and, I don't know, help them with whatever their concept was. It was your idea to, even though I'm saying we were talking about it, it was your concept. But yeah, I'm still down. That'd be fun, man. I like chopping it up about sales.
I think it's fun, bro, and I think it's why not? And then I remember back in the day, dude, we worked in an office where we would just make phone calls all day. And do you remember when we called random numbers and try to sell people like cat food and shit?
I remember we do all sorts of shit, man. That's the fun part about sales too. That might be a dying
Yeah,
thing too, like just being in a sales room, just so bored, and just seeing what you can get out of this type of a pitch. I remember all sorts of.
oh my god,
I have
bro.
no
I re-
specific examples, but I remember just being so off the wall, trying to see if we can get them to agree to something. It didn't even matter if they bought the thing. It was just like you're just fucking around with a phone. That's all you got, man. Those were
uh,
good times,
Tara
man.
said Tara said cat food, but yeah, like basically the whole goal was maybe we were just it gets like monotonous. It's like you're calling the same type of customer all day, trying to sell them the same thing all day. So sometimes it's fun to have a little break.
Yeah, you just say what
But
like, I remember, like, not now that you're making me think back to, like, those days, like, in that particular office. I remember one time I was trying to close a sale, and they wouldn't take it. They just weren't buying it, and I was just like, "Look, dude, I just ordered a wet burrito, and there's all the salsa is on the burrito. Do you know what a wet burrito is?" And they were like, I'm not really sure." And I was like, All the salsa's on the burrito, and it's getting soggy. It's my lunch break. Can I just move you like 2 boxes of whatever so I could get to my it's just 2 boxes. You're gonna sell them. My burrito's getting soggy. For me, could you, it was kind of like that. And I don't remember if I closed it or not, but I remember closing some with such ridiculous arguments, and I remember that not working sometimes. But that's kind of like a nod to like maybe what you meant with the cat food is you just kind of like say the most random shit to see if you can see if you can move it, because you've tried with the script, because if you've ever been in the sales world, or if you haven't, there's usually a script or there's like a way it goes, and then you get so
yeah,
fucking bored with saying the same shit all day long every day, so you kind of just shake
dude.
it up a little bit. But yeah, those were good times, bro. And that's you meet a lot of good people. That's how I met you, man. You meet a lot of good people in those environments.
Yeah, but I remember like on the cat food though, it basically we would just call a random number and then someone would answer like, hey, hey Brian, my name's Jared, and by any chance, would you mind sharing with me the kind of cat food you're currently offering your feline companion? And they'd be like, what? I don't even got a cat. It's like, it's okay, no problem if you had a
Do you
cat.
need a cat?
Would you if you had a
Do you
cat,
need a
would you
cat though? We
but yeah,
could both get a cat
it
with some food.
I think it did come to that, but I'm just saying on the cuff, I'd be like, if you did, would it be lamb, chicken? What kind of meat, poultry? But like you ask them and they're all right, perfect. Then yeah, you need a cat, obviously, man. You want to give it this kind of food, like I got it for you. But it's just fun. I think that would actually be popular on YouTube if you did like prank phone calls like that to people. I think people would dig it. But regardless,
It's a good
on a
idea.
serious tip
I
though,
like it.
but yeah, dude, I remember we used to do some wild shit, dude. Because after we were a part of that company, we went out to dispensaries and sold like little like vapor pens you could smoke concentrates out of.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you just gotta be whatever. I mean, you gotta say wild shit, and then I just go from there. But it was fun times, man. I can't
Those were
think of
really
any
good times,
specifics
man.
right now,
Those were
but
really good times, man.
It's fun, dude. People would always ask me, like, bro, like, how did you start a company? It's like, I don't know, bro. I just imported it from China, and then me and my boy went into stores and asked them if they wanted to buy it. I don't know how else you do it, you know. And people are always like very shocked, like, wow, you just go into stores. It's like, yeah, dude. They built shelves for products. Like, be considerate, offer them something to put on the shelves, bro. Like, that's how you do it, right? But real quick though,
Super
at
sick
one
times.
point, Sandy actually did sales with us. And at this point, I know if you guys watch the podcast, the Shane Dawson podcast that I'm also on, Sandy was on for the Valentine's Day, so you're probably familiar with her at this point. But she was actually really good, dude. She had a hard time because I think she had like a killer week and then kind of like a bad week, and then sales is a roller coaster. But we would basically just tell her what to say the whole time, like for like the first few days. And I remember one time there was this customer that was real difficult, you know, but you could be kind of addicted to the guy and he was cool with it. You know what I mean? Like he got that we're playing a game here. Like he probably knows he's going to buy it or not. And like, you know, just seeing how much fun could we have in the conversation. But I could overhear it. And the guy was saying, what happens if I don't like the product to Sandy, you know? And then she's all looking, and I was like, tell him if he doesn't like the product, we'll fly over there and you're gonna punch him in the face. And she's like, what? I was like, just say it. And then she's like, if you don't like it, I'll fly over there and punch you in the face. And the guy's like, what? She's like, yeah. Do you want me to punch you in the face? And he's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, like, how much are they? You know what I mean?
What's the price? What's the price?
But it's like the thing is, man, if you're gonna try to build rapport with a customer, you got to let them know like the expectation of your interactions. Like, hey, I like to have fun. I say wild shit. Like, you always know I'm just trying to get you with the best stuff at the best price. If we're gonna have fun, we're gonna have fun. But like, it is about business. So like, you know, but it's cool when you know that was just a fun memory. But yeah, dude. So I'd love to get you back on, man. We could talk more music, dude, and talk sales and stuff like that, or even just field questions from people. I'll do like an Instagram post, and we'll see if people have any topics they want to hear about. But I appreciate you sharing music with this man. I appreciate you, you know, sharing the album with me when you did, and now people can go onto your Instagram, Easy Lou Music. You have a Spotify link in the bio where they can listen to the album. You know, how many songs total is it
It's 15
12
for this one. It's 15.
15? So
It was hard to get
15
to
songs,
15.
you know, but hey, 15 songs, that's respectable, man. Putting out a
No,
15 song
I
album,
mean,
that's great.
there's a whole other album of B-sides. There's literally 25 songs, 15 made the cut. So I'm gonna release at another point, like the
Put
B-sides
them
that
all
didn't
out.
make it.
Put them
It's gonna
all
be a
out, man.
B-side album, just like
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like one of those compilations of shit that didn't make it. But they're not bad tunes either. But there's only so much you can do. So
Damn,
15
Fluffy
was the cut.
Panda. Fluffy, shout out to Fluffy Panda, man. Fluffy Panda always shows love
Fluffy
too.
Panda.
Fluffy Panda, my good friend. You're gonna have to unfortunately watch this back, man. We're about to end it, but thank you for coming in. But yeah, man, thank you again. No War Reggae out now. Link in the bio, Easily Music. Go to it, check it out. Watch the video as well that we did with him. You know, like you actually are able to see where he makes the music at. You can see him making several genres of music in person, like in the video. You get to see him recording a whole album with a band at a recording studio. We have a cool montage at the end that almost plays out like a little music video. So shout out to Aztec for filming, editing, all that good stuff. And I'm not trying to hype it up or nothing like that, but it's just a really, really good piece. And it really is credited to Brian and everyone that was involved on the Being Film side and to Aztec Films, my good friend for forever. You know, now fucking killing it. But did you want to play something, bro? Is that how you want to end it? I'm always weird with the beginnings and the ends, dude. Like
That's all I
so we
got,
put it
dude.
on
Like,
you,
I
or,
just kind
or
of
was
made
that
that
it?
up. If I had lyrics, I would do another song. I would just make something up now.
Nah,
But
you're good, bro. You're good, dude.
I don't
But
have
hey,
no lyrics, bro.
well, how about this, man? Next time, next time we'll do a new one, dude. That'll be rad. Or maybe, dude, we make a song together
I like it.
and we perform it, bro. Maybe not. I don't know, dude. I didn't sense, you know. I
It
sense a
sounded
little.
like I got
I sense
quiet on you.
hesitation. I sense hesitation on
I
that, bro.
might have sounded like I was still looking to see if I had something, but I don't know. I don't want to fuck it up, dude. So we'll just end it on a high note, bro. But yeah, let's definitely fucking do the sales podcast. That sounds sick, dude. And then I mean, we've done tons of collaborations. Um, it'd be cool to like, I don't know, maybe try and sport one up or like maybe do one on the fly on here and just see what happens. That'd be cool. I'm always down.
Dude, are you proposing the idea that we do a live in studio while we're making a track day?
That could be dope. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that and had opportunities and never done it, but I think it'd be cool, man. But hey, there's nothing but cool ideas that we could make come to fruition in the future. I can't wait to see which ones we do first. But thank you again, bro, for taking time out of your
Hell
night
yeah.
to be on with us. Again, Easy Lou Music on Instagram. No More
Thank you.
Reggae is the new album. If you haven't listened to it yet, what are you doing with
And
your
thank you
life?
for everybody who's commenting and was hanging out with us tonight. And in the future, if you're watching this, what up? I appreciate you guys checking it out. And Jared, thank you so much for having me on the show, man. It's always good chopping it up with you.
Definitely, dude. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your night. For all of you guys listening after it's been live, thank you again. Leave in the comment section. Cool song ideas. Why not? That'll
I
be
like it. I
the
like it.
tag. If you've watched it this far, leave something cool in the comments. Have a great night, everybody. Peace. Appreciate you. Later.